Oh, hello, world. Yes, it's me again. Oh dear. I almost got caught short. I was replying to some comments on a couple of my uploads, and I realised I was a minute away from going live on this Friday, Good Friday, April 3rd, and first cap of the rank of usual. Local weather. It's 29 degrees C in my shed office, and elsewhere, it's no, that's the weather station at the back of the house in the shade. It's about 25 degrees, and the humidity's up to around 80%. Yeah, it's a little bit sticky, a little bit uncomfortable. It's overcast again, and the forecast is for more rain. Nothing unusual about the rain here, although it is pretty close to the end of the wet season. But you wouldn't know it. I had a comment on about yesterday's live stream from Vic Shooter. Hello, Vic. And he was saying that I need more gun content. Well, I suppose it's something I could consider doing on these live streams, but as I said before, I've been trying to come up with a really workable format. Something that could interest people, besides me going on about newsy events or newsy issues. But I really can't. I really can't think of anything. You know, I think about it all the time. It's always on my mind. Even when I go to bed at night, after I finish reading, I turn the light on, I lie down, and I think, what can I do with these live streams? What can I do to make them more interesting? I mean, as Vic said, I could do some live streams on firearms. I know there's a lot of folk out there interested in firearms and hunting and shooting. I suppose I could even do it on fishing, because I'm besides being a very avid hunter and shooter, I'm a very keen inland fisherman. But what I'd really like to be able to do is to use these screen shares, because I found out a lot of information about them, but I'm still up in the air. I have no idea how to use these screen shares. I had planned to get my iPad out and go onto this live event, and just I'd have the iPad on the side here, and I could just exactly see what happens when I press this screen share thing, because but I just don't know how to use it. I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot of things I could do with the live, with the God, I don't know, with the screen shares. So I really would like someone out there, if there is actually anyone besides Vic and besides my good friend George over there in Virginia, United States, who might be able to say, well, this is what you do, explain it in a dummy sort of way. Because I really am a dummy when it comes to most things IT. I rely on what information I can garner from the internet, YouTube uploads, and when all else fails, I get my oldest boy to come down the shed, and he can fix up in no time at all. But he hasn't got the time to spend on one of these live events with me, or mainly because he's at work. But yeah, I'd really like to know how these screen shares work. I did get onto some YouTube videos, and I did ask a particular lady who was a social specialist in these things, and she sent me a lot of information, but still it defied me. It really defied me. I just don't know how to do them, and I really would like to know how to use all apps available on these live streams. And I really would. So if there's anyone out there, please, either tell me yourself how I go about using these screen shares in a dummy sort of way, or point me in the right direction with some good instructional videos on YouTube. Now, I also I mentioned George, my good friend over there in Virginia, United States. He sent me a lot of information about different antivirus apps available, and because he was surprised, and I said that I had a problem with porn on Google Plus, Now I don't follow any of these sites, and yet they keep popping up on the Google Plus main page. But I get the impression from George that, and hello George, I really thank you so much for all that information you sent me and for the links. I did reply to your comment, but I'll have to talk to you again soon and go into more detail about it. But I suppose I could do it right here because George usually watches these live streams, and I thank you so much for doing that, George. I have I run Windows 8.1, and I have Malwarebytes as a premium Malwarebytes that has served me very well. I did have McAfee antivirus, but recently my renewal was due this month, but they got into my account and renewed it a month early. Renewed the account a month early, and that really pissed me off. I did not give them permission to do that. I do not like anyone accessing my account, and I thought they could be trustworthy, but I was proven wrong. So I got on to the company, and of course I got an overseas call center. But at least I could understand the young fellow I was talking to. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes they speak in these shrill voice and they speak so fast that you can't hear what they're saying. And I'm hard hearing at the best of times. But this bloke was good. I could understand, and I had no problem getting a refund. Yeah, they took out $80 American, $79.99 to renew the account, and I said I want a refund. And then I gave them both barrels of my angst for having the unmitigated gall to access my account and renew it a month early. So I'm not with McAfee anymore, but I had them before. Yeah, they were okay. They used to put a little white tick and a green circle up on sites that were safe, or safe according to them. And all the time, there were a little window would pop up that you have an issue with your computer. It was always one issue, one. And you'd click it. I clicked it the first time, and all it was just something. It was just an advertisement to sign up to a more expensive app. So every time that kept popping up, I just get rid of it. And I tried to go on to the customize what the things that pop up, and even though I said I didn't want it to pop up, and it kept on popping up. So somehow it was able to override that command, and it just drove me crazy. It drove me nuts. I got fed up with it. So I'm no longer with McAfee. I've just got Malwarebytes, the premium. And as I said before, it serves me well. But yeah, to think they just took it upon themselves to access my my Visa debit card account. It's not a credit card. It's a debit card. I've never had a credit card in my life. Neither has my wife. Never, ever. Never seen the need for one. I think credit cards are well, they're too easy for folk to get into debt. And from what I know about credit cards, a lot of folk have more than one, and they use one to pay off another, and so on and so forth. Well, you know, that doesn't make sense to me. My wife and I, we're not skinflints, not by any stretch of the imagination, but we always like to pay cash for things. And if we can't pay cash, well, then my wife, she used to put things on lay-by. Of course, we've used hire purchase in our early years. Going back a long time, we'd buy a car, you buy it on HP. And when you bought a house, we bought it from a building society, got the loan from a building society. But other than that, we've always paid cash for things. And if we didn't have the cash for it, well, we didn't really need it. And but I'm digressing. I'm always doing this. This is what I said to Vic Shooter. That excuse me. That maybe I'm the wrong sort of person to be doing these live streams. I've been racking my brain to come up with a workable format for these streams, and it defies me. So maybe I'm just the wrong person. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too set in my ways, and I and ah too much, and I lose my train of thought. And I find it aggravating myself. So I can imagine how aggravating it is for people who happen to watch. And as I said, I know George watches, and maybe there are a few others as well. But who's going to sit through a live stream? Oh, excuse me. Time for a cup of tea. Well, a sip of tea. Oh, well, there's enough in here for a sip of tea. Mm. But no, I've been feeling really down the dumps of late. I haven't been feeling real good at all. Mm. And I knew when I did that special edition live stream a few days ago, drawing the attention to the Google CEO, I knew I was wasting my time. I mean, he's not going to see it. And if he did, he wouldn't do anything about it anyhow. But George, he was saying that it's unusual to get porn. He can't understand why I'm getting porn on Google Plus. And but it's there. It's there all the time. And as I said, I don't follow any of these sites. I have nothing to do with them, and yet they keep on popping up. I flag them, I report them, and still they keep popping up. I don't know. Look, I've got nothing against porn. I haven't. But there is a time and a place for porn. And on social media, any social media, that is not the time and the place for porn. People must make a conscious decision to watch porn. Look, I watch porn now and then, just as a diversion, just if I feel like something to take my mind off things. It does nothing for me, really. I'm not into heterosexual porn, because I find the men just treat the women like pieces of meat. They're just there for their own gratification, and any hole is not off limits. I'm not into that sort of stuff. I just try and find a good a lesbian movie. You can feast your eyes on some beautiful young women, and but even then, it's hard to find an entertaining film, because even the lesbian movies are, they're all into anal. I don't understand it. What is it about anal sex in porn? It just turns my stomach. I just don't understand it at all. So let's just say that I like to watch a good lesbian movie as a diversion from the mundane. Just I don't know. But it's so hard to find, and you can get it on all these sites. You can scroll through the myriad of movies that are available. But I'm lucky if I can come across one that's just basic. Yeah. No, they're always using toys and strap-ons, and it just leaves me cold. Like I said, if this sort of stuff had been around when I was a kid, and the saying was true, I would have lost my eyesight a long time ago. But now I'm just too old. I don't even get a stirring in my loin anymore watching this sort of stuff. It really does nothing for me. It's just a diversion from the mundane. But I make a conscious decision to watch porn now and then, and that's the same with everyone. And let's face the facts: hundreds of millions of people watch porn every day. Porn's big business, and I've really got nothing against it. But porn has no place on social media, and I know I'm repeating myself. I'm going on and on again about the same thing. But there is no place for porn on social media. Now, George also said it used to be on Facebook, but I've had others say the same thing too. But I've been with Facebook for a number of years, and I've never once come across porn on the Facebook main page. Not once, never. But on Google Plus, I scroll the main page every day, and there's always at least 2 or 3 porn sites there. Go figure. And I'm not the only one that have found this, because from what I've seen from some of the comments, how disgusted they are with it, and what a whore you are, and so on and so forth, then it must be a reasonably common thing. I don't know. Oh dear. But you can only try these things. I've always maintained you've got to have a voice, and I continue to have a voice about things. Doesn't get me anywhere. But I can take satisfaction out that at least I gave it a try. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. What do you have to lose? Nothing. You don't have anything to lose at all except maybe a little bit of time. It was the same with my friend George. He's a very interesting man, a very interesting character. He's had one hell of a life. And I've said to him on a couple of occasions that he should write a book. But he says he couldn't do it. Well, he sent me a very lengthy comment. And along with those links I mentioned. And I'm thinking, George, you could write a book. No worries at all. You might need a little lesson in punctuation. But on the whole, my friend, you could write a book, no problem whatsoever. It's just a matter of dedicating the time to do so. And I think that's true with everyone. I truly believe we all have at least one story to tell. I've told 5 already, and with 2 works in progress. But I've lost all passion for writing. I have, because my first foray into self-publishing failed miserably. I spent a lot of money with it because I wanted to do it. I had the money to do it, and I spent a hell of a lot of money getting 2,500 softcover books printed. Yeah, and that cost me just over $22,000. Yeah, but it didn't end there because I had the website created, and that was another $1,750. And then there was packaging. I think I spent another $1,250 on that. And then there was merchandise, caps and T-shirts and bumper stickers. Pretty well close to $30,000 I spent on that project. And today, and that was over a year ago, and today I've still got the greater majority of those books in my shed. I got to the point where I'm just figuring I'm going to give them away, or maybe use them as target practice. Or maybe make a video, upload a video to YouTube of taking the damn lot out in the backyard and setting fire to them. Headline, indie author burns 2,500 copies of first self-published novel because he couldn't sell them. But to be honest with you, the reason I couldn't sell them online was because of the cost of postage. See, the book came in between 500 and 1,000 grams. I think it was 630 grams each book weighed, which put it in a higher postage bracket. In fact, the cost of postage was somewhere around $13 here in Australia only. And the books cost me $9.10 each. I'd originally tried to sell them for $19.95, but I think I was a bit too greedy there. So I dropped them down, where I offered the book here in Australia only, of course, $19.95, including postage, package and handling. So virtually I was selling the book for cost only, but still it didn't work. And I made a trailer for a movie not yet made based on the book Aggravation, but I didn't have many views on that. I think about 75 or so, and that was months ago. And but I was reasonably happy with the trailer I made. But like I said, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You got to try these things. And right now I'm planning on doing what I call a social experiment. I'm going to take 3 boxes of books and I'll put them on a little trailer I got here. And I'm going to a trolley. It's this mind thing. I don't know. It's so full of stuff up here. I think it just overrides, the brain overrides different thought process and I get stumped. So I'm going to put 3 boxes of books. There's 16 books in a box. And I'm going to put them on a little trolley and bung a lot in the vehicle. And I'm going to go down to the city centre mall here in Coffs Harbour. And I'm going to have my GoPro on my cap. And I'm going to give the books away. I'm just going to say, hello, John Hampton. Would you like a free copy of my first self-published novel? I'm doing it as a social experiment. I just want to see people's reaction. Because I wouldn't be surprised if some people would say, oh, no, I don't read. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Which is absolutely ludicrous. Would be a ridiculous thing to say for someone who's giving away a free book. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if they started, if some asked, what's it about? Well, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm going to say it's a book of fiction. And if they press it, I'm going to say, well, excuse me, sir, madam, I'm giving you the book for free. You either want it or you don't. Now, if you read, maybe you'll read it. If you don't, you can throw it in the bin, for all I care. I mean, honestly, this is what I'm saying, calling it a social experiment. Because I'm pretty sure that I will not be disappointed with my thoughts. The expectations I have. Some people will take it. I'm sure some people will take them. But I'm also sure that some will look a gift horse in the mouth and refuse and say, "Oh no, I don't read, or I rarely read, or or whatever, or what's it about?" Oh, God, dead smoke. Yeah, but that's what people are like. Yeah, I've been giving the books away lately. I even thought about going to the local markets again. I did that before and failed miserably, because markets, I find, people aren't interested in going there for the day out, and they might buy coffee. Oh, look, if you sell coffee and food at the markets, oh, you'll make plenty of money. But selling a book, no one was interested in buying a book. I was thinking of selling them for $2 each. That's $7.10 less than what each book cost me. They're printed. But I'm not optimistic about that even. $2. I went to went and made an inquiry of setting up a stand just outside Big W at the plaza here in Coffs. It's a massive shopping centre we have just north of Coffs, and to see if I could sell the books there, at a bargain price, say $5, and yet it was going to cost me, now get this, to set up a little stand, a little store. It was going to cost me $700 for 4 days. You've got to be kidding. $700 for 4 days. I said, oh, well, thank you very much, but no thank you. And it's the same at the markets. It cost me $20 to have a little patch of grass, to set up a table, have a chair, maybe an umbrella, and have a few books there. I probably wouldn't take up more than 2 square meters. $20. Well, that's all well and good, because the people responsible for setting up the markets, have costs to pay. Oh yes, they have a lot of costs to pay. The council makes sure of that. It's not a free thing that the council gives with their blessing. Oh yes, of course you can set up a market there. No, they want their cut. The local council, local government, they always want their cut of everything. But I'm still thinking about that. Whether I do it or not, I don't know. Because when you fall so hard, you really become pessimistic. I was once very optimistic about things, but I'm not anymore. No, not at all. I try to remain optimistic, but it's so hard. It's really so hard. It is. Excuse me, I'm going to have another sip of tea. There might be one sip left here. So today's Good Friday. But to me, it's just another Friday. I've got a lot of things to do. Now here it is, early April, and it's only about another 7, maybe 8 weeks before I would be setting off to go bush for the winter. But and I've got a lot of things to set up. I'm taking a trailer away this time because I got so much stuff to take away. And there's things that I haven't even used yet. New things I bought to take away. I haven't got around to using them. I bought a quadcopter. It cost me $660 because I wanted to be able to hook my GoPro up to it. I think it'd put a whole new dimension on some of my videos that I upload to YouTube. But I haven't had the time, or if I haven't had the time, I just haven't had the motivation, or just couldn't be bothered to go out and learn how to fly the damn thing. I can't fly it in the backyard. I did try it. Yeah, oh yeah, I tried it once. Yeah, um, and I pressed the throttle, and the damn thing shot up in the air. I lost sight of it. It just went straight up in the air, and I panicked. So I cut the throttle back, and the thing came crashing down, and it hit me in the arm. And one of the propellers actually sliced my arm open. No feel like an old field, eh? Yeah. I just couldn't believe it. There it was in front of me, just hovering, probably no more than a couple of meters off the ground. I thought, this is cool. Oh, cool. So I just pushed the throttle too far and up it went into the stratosphere. Oh, God. And as I said, I just panicked. I said, what the? So I cut the throttle and it dropped like a stone. Just as well I didn't have the GoPro on it. Oh, God, I don't know. But I've been planning for months to get out to a local oval, or park somewhere where I've got plenty of room and I can fly it and get used to it. But I haven't done it. That's just the way I am of late. And there's so many things I want to do, but I just can't get the motivation to do them. Yeah, I just can't. I don't know. I think maybe I'm just getting too old for this sort of stuff. You know, I've remained somewhat a kid at heart all my life, and sort of suffering from Peter Pan syndrome. But I don't know. I'm just really starting to feel my age these days. I wonder why I bother doing anything anymore, because I always fail. You know, I just fail, and it's hard. It's hard when you keep on failing to get motivated to do anything. Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, look, I've been on here nearly half an hour, and I really haven't got anything else to talk about. I suppose I could ramble on about this, that, and the other, but that's all it would be. Just a silly old fool rambling about this, that, and the other without really saying anything at all. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be taking a few days off, and maybe I'll be back on Monday at 1 p.m. I don't know. I'm really in two minds. I'm not happy with the way these live streams are going. Just me sitting here and trying to think of things to talk about. Although I must admit, I do normally write some notes beforehand to give me a bit of a prompt, and I need all the help I can get, I can tell you. Oh, dear. But look, I'm going to say, I know it's only Thursday over in the States. Well, I think it is. What is it? It's 1:30. But yeah, it's probably early evening over in the States. Look, George, thanks again for your comment and all your information. I very much appreciated that. Thank you to Vic Shooter also for commenting and saying that we needed more gun content. I wish you just, Vic, I just wish you would say rifle or firearm rather than gun. I don't like the term gun. To me, see, a rifle is a rifle and a gun is a gun. You can call a shotgun a gun, you can call a handgun a gun, but a rifle is a rifle, it's not a gun. But, we use the term all the time. I don't like it, but that's the way it is, and you just got to grin and bear it. Anyhow, Vic, I did take note of your suggestion about more gun content, and I'll see what I can come up with. But don't hold your breath, because I really don't know what I could do. I suppose I could sit here with a particular firearm of mine, one of my rifles, and talk about it, because God knows my head is full of things of weapons and warfare, because I've been fascinated by it since my mid-teens. Yeah, maybe I could do that, Vic. I don't know. But I will be uploading more videos. I've got a sore back. If you see me twisting like this, of course I've got a sore back. But look, I'm sore all over these days. I'm just falling to pieces. Oh, yeah, that's a funny one. All right, look, I'm going to go. I'm getting very dry and in the mouth. So look, I wish you all a great Easter, safe Easter. If you're traveling over the Easter break, please take it easy, will you? I know most people do the right thing, but there's a lot of idiots out there on the roads. Good grief, there's just too many idiots out there on the road. But, you know, drive safely. Don't be in a hurry to get anywhere. Just take your time. Stop every couple of hours to have a break. I always do. Yeah, whenever I go away, I pull over, side of the road, get out my little gas stove and boil the kettle, make a pot of tea and stretch my legs and have a couple of mugs of tea and something to nibble on. And then I'm off again. So please, do take care out there. Have a great Easter. And I will more than likely be back on Monday at 1 p.m. But there's always a chance I won't be. I just played one day at a time because that's all we have, really. You got to live it one day at a time. Today, you know, yesterday is gone. It's history, and tomorrow, the future is yet to come. There's only today. Okay, my friends. Well, again, thank you for watching. Damn paper sticking to me. Oh God! And I will see you in a couple of days' time, maybe. Bye bye. Stop broadcast. See you, folks.